Hello and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some more leaked Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord screenshots that were found on a Russian website about 3 days ago. Now, I was out at a festival this weekend and my voice is very dead, so apologies if it sounds a little bit different than it usually does. So we're going to get straight into this video and begin with the first and most interesting screenshot of the bunch. Now, this screenshot has an image of the Cavalry Charge. I think it's Battanion Cavalry. So you can see the scale armor and the plumes on the horse's helmet look really cool. I love the models of these horses. They just seem so sleek, and the head armor being separate from the rest of the armor just gives it, I'm not sure, just gives it a really nice look. Also, you can see in the background we have some hunter style cavalry. I'm not really sure if they're going to be keeping the same colors. So obviously in Warband we saw the hunter, the courser, the saddle horse. Whether or not this brown horse here, this light brown horse, is a hunter and has the same or similar traits to a hunter that we see in Warband, I'm not entirely sure. But these armored horses seem to be the main war horses of the Battanion Cavalry. In the background, we can see even more cavalry charging towards the camera, and it also seems to be in the same setting as the previous screenshots that were on the GameStar website. So with the horse archer looking into the valley, and this valley with all these troops in it just make it seem like these battles are going to be so big, and the locations as well are going to be huge. So I think the actual battle maps are bigger, and I think there's just going to be a lot more variety in what you can do in these maps. So you can go onto, I presume you can go up on the cliffs. You might be able to put archers up on those cliffs and fire down into this gully, but imagine these two huge cavalry armies charging together and meeting in the middle. And just being involved in that as a player is just going to give you the best medieval experience I think anyone can ever have. The second most exciting screenshot of the bunch, I would say, is the village life screenshot. We can see a character strolling through one of the villages in the Calradian map. We can see a cart that seems very dilapidated, with full of hay, but it just seems very natural. The people seem like they actually have a purpose there and they live there. And the village just seems to fit in with the environment really well. And the people, as I said, just look like that they actually live there. With the dirt on their clothes, they don't have like perfect clothing like they did in Warband. Our next screenshot has the Khuzait faction attacking what seems to be, again, the Valandians, but it could also be maybe some Sturgeon cavalry due to the axe on their shields. Maybe the light Sturgeon cavalry, because we know these Sturgeons are kind of related to the Nords, and we know in Warband that the Nordic cavalry wasn't the best. They had very short lances. So here we have the Khuzaits on their left firing their bows at the enemy, and the detail in this horse at the front is so amazing. I love this like bridle. I love the colors. So the white horse with this black and gold trim just looks so amazing, and also the mane as well just looks really good. I think it's called the mane. I'm not very good at horses. We can see maybe a more basic horse behind it, which may be a saddle horse or a new type of horse, but this also seems to be the same kind of horse as the war horse, but without the armor. So maybe it will have a similar speed, but for a horse archer cavalry, that might be the more agile one. Now, if this is one of the more agile horses, then that might mean that has some relation to the warhorse, because the warhorse, it wouldn't make any sense for the warhorse to be as agile as this Khuzait horse, but try and make some links between them, because I'm not 100% sure. So that is a very cool screenshot across the plains of Calradia, and we're going to move on to the next one. So the next screenshot showcases another area of the village. A man with one of the most renowned helmets in Mountain Blade, the Kettle Hat, has walked into this village and the sun is shining. This seems to be maybe a slightly older screenshot, but I don't want to say that for certain. The grass looks really nice here as well, and the whole lighting in this screenshot it's just absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, just look at the trees in the background. Imagine just strolling through this village on your horse, looking for the village elder, maybe to get a quest or something like that. And obviously the quest will be a lot more in depth in Bannerlord, so maybe exploring these areas will have a bigger payout than it did in Mountain Blade Warbands. So a very nice screenshot there, and we're going to move on to the next one, because I don't want to linger too long. So the last screenshot in the list isn't too amazing. It's kind of like a more zoomed in screenshot of the Battanion faction. These seem to be the people that dwell in the forest. They obviously reflect the Celtic tribes quite a lot. They have huge axes. Their clothing is very basic. So they seem to have a very basic way of life with some very standard clothing and weapons. These may be like your first tier of Battalion Soldiers, so hopefully they get a little bit better than this. But this is a very nice screenshot just showcasing maybe how they attack, maybe they sneak up on the enemy. Imagine if you could do like an ambush battle where I don't know, there's a Calradian Empire convoy with a very important lord or something, and then you could jump out of the forest with your Battanion archers and infantry and engage in a really cool fight. That would be amazing. Anyway, that is it for this video. I'm trying to bring these to you as quickly as possible. Obviously, I'm very late for this video because I was out all weekend, so I do apologize for that. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy regardless. Also, I'd like to say there's going to be a small bit of a channel rebrand with Kai Frost, who actually made some new channel art for me. I'm going to be creating some new watermarks for my thumbnails, and you'll probably see that by the time this video goes up. Anyway, that is it for this video, so I will see you in the next battle.